On his downtrodden slog in his hovercube, Protag thought of the many different ways to break the news to his family that he had been passed up as heir to the Archie Corporation. He pulled into his driveway with the third version of his pre-planned monologue. No, honey, don't cry. I'm still the vice president, and that counts for something. I'm sorry, dear. We won't be able to afford that robo-butler after all. And Aro, you might want to consider a state school. Ugh. The voice inside Protag's head chimed in. The poor girl's heart has been set on Winston Yu since she was 4. We can't go in there and tell her that. Fine, but I'm putting my foot down on that butler bot. Heads up! I got us to the front door during this conversation. Bon chance. Protag looked ahead. Sure enough, he was at the front door to his house. Sighing, he opened the door, walking right into Wanda, as she and RORY were leaving with packed luggage. Were you two taking a trip?
I'm leaving you. The divorce tablet is in the kitchen.
Why?
I found out about Antag's promotion. Being with you is irrelevant now.
You're joking, right?
You know how much I hate comedy.
But RORY
was never yours. P.S. I knew all about that private investigator bot.
Protag kneeled down to his daughter. This all might be a little confusing, but I will always love...
Please get up. This is very embarrassing.
Protag stood in pained shock.
Thank you for raising me for all of these cycles. But if I'm being 100% honest, I never actually respected you.
Like daughter, like mother, huh?
More like actual father. This detached of an exit is his style.
Wanda and RORY pushed Protag aside, piled into the hovercube, and launched into the air. Protag collapsed on the couch as soon as he made it to his living room, curling into a ball of sorrow, asking himself, what can I do to get out of this rut? You can kill Antag.
I can kill Antag.
The atmosphere at Bolt Room Casino was electric, to say the least. Le-Thario decided to celebrate his non-ascension up the corporate ladder by throwing credit chips around like they were nails. He was having the time of his life when a mysterious robot, dressed in a trench coat, approached him. Le-Thario Archie? Yes, ma'am. If you could please step outside. Well, since you asked nicely. Le-Thario pulled away from the roulette table. Keep those colors warm. I'll be right back. They stepped out into a rainy back alley, paths of broken puddles scattered on the black concrete. Make this fast, pal. I was on a hot streak. The bot in the trench coat looked around for cameras or any other prying eyes before he undid the scarf covering his face, revealing himself to be Patry. Papa! What's with the costume? Come on in. I'll get you a drink. No one can see me, my boy. I'm on the run. From what? You got 2 days to live. Anyone trying to end you can wait in line, can't they? Patry told his son about his experience in the hospital and his escape from the incinerator. Wow. Indeed, my boy. But how do I know you're the real you and not Uncle K? When you were 10, you leaked yourself at a sleepover at Reggie's. I picked you up in the middle of the night and paid off his parents while threatening them not to tell anyone. The old bribe and threaten. Your signature move. Papa, it is you! And if you help me find and expose this imposter, I'll make it worth your while. If you don't, you won't make it to the next sunrise. Le-Thario hugged his father, who patted him on the back, then regained composure, snapping into a fighting stance. Okie dokie, Smokey. Where are we going? Whose titanium thorax do I need to snap? Everyone had left by the time I made it to Archico, so I went to the one bot I knew I could trust. Me? Sure. Le-Thario held up his thumb, summoning Tigra, his monster hover truck. Father and son leapt into the vehicle, flying off into the night. The hover truck touched down at a suburban area where KO-BO-1T's home was supposed to be, but had been replaced with a crater. Patry and Le-Thario emerged, perplexed and on guard. Is this the right place? Last listed residence. Maybe he got whacked for failing to do you in. The thought of his brother's demise caused Patry to look down in grief. KO-BO-1T was a malicious lowlife who tried to kill him numerous times, but he was still family. Who could hate me this much? Totally, Mom. You think? Take a minute and go over the past couple of years, Pops. Patry went stiff, his eyes folded back into his head as he processed the information before returning to his usual sunken posture.
Has to be her. So what now?
Get down! Shots rang out from the ion Glock coming from the black van that sped around the corner. The two jumped head first through Tigra's open windows, zooming away with the black van in tow. You outfitted this thing with some shield technology or rocket defenses, right? No can do, Padre. This car's a lover, not a fighter. How about a survivor? The black van shot off a missile that hit the passenger side door, causing Patry to be sucked out, holding on to his seat from outside the hover truck. Hang tight, Pops, I can get us out of this.
No, son. It's like I told you. Always have another plan. You were plan C, and I got this far. I hope to see you again. If I don't, be there for your brothers. And stop taking all that money from the slush fund.
Patry let go, falling into the night sky, allowing Le-Thario time to escape. Tigra swooped down into the Bolt Room parking lot. Le-Thario got out of the car, shuffled through the front doors, and headed straight to the bar. The bartender poured him 2 shots as requested. Le-Thario poured 1 drink to the ground and chugged the other. You just listened to One Cycle to Span, Season 1, Episode 13, Part 3. This audio drama was written, recorded, performed, and edited by Drew Manning. If you enjoyed it, please stay tuned to this channel. Thank you for your time, and have a great one.